Hey, it's Ben with Recovitech again. So it's early morning. I just got done working out, looking a little scrubby, but I wanted to show you guys something related to the Ice Barrel 300 that you might really be interested in. All right, if you watched my last video, you know that I got the Ice Barrel 300 about 3 weeks ago, and that was the last time that I filled it up with water, and that is what I want to show you. Three weeks, and the water is crystal clear. It's not murky, not muddy, not boggy, not green and slimy. And I think that's what a lot of people, they have that question is, how is it that you can keep your ice barrel, your ice bath, cold plunge clean? And that's what I want to show you, what I use and how I keep this thing clean without having to change the water every week or so. On the most basic level, one of the best ways to keep your cold plunge clean, keep all the grass out, keep the sand out, dirt, is to get something like this, a sediment filter. These come in a lot of different shapes and sizes, but basically this is just going to filter out all the big stuff. Okay, so on the most basic level, this is something that you want. If you want to step it up from there, of course, I attached, you saw this from my water chiller DIY video, is a whole house filter. So this does a really good job, and not only getting the big stuff, but I think this one will filter down to like 5 microns. I think it gets some bacteria, things like that. But that's the most basic thing that you can do to keep out the sediment. But in order to keep the cold plunge really clean and free of bacteria, you're gonna want some chemicals. One of the best products that I've found so far to keep the cold plunge clean is from Sirona Spa Care. They have a really great line of sanitizers and oxidizers that keep it crystal clear. Also, the best part about them is it's chlorine free, bromine free, so I really like these a lot. But the very first step that I take is I use this natural clear enzyme clarifier. Now this is for any of the oils that you can see here that build up. Oils, lotions, any of the things that are on your body that are going to release and float around the top of the cold plunge. This is going to help that. And basically after you fill it up, just follow the instructions back here. This is only a 16-ounce bottle and you don't really need a whole lot of it. As you can see here, you only add 1 fluid ounce of this for every 500 gallons of water. So considering, for instance, that the Ice Barrel 300 only takes about 77, 80 gallons of water, you don't need a whole lot. Now, after that, I include some of the sanitizer, kill all the bacteria. This is the same thing. It's a 16-ounce bottle. It goes a really long ways. I wouldn't be too concerned about the cost on that because this is going to last you a very, very long time. And this is the same thing, is you just need to use just a little bit. So about 1 fluid ounce for every 150 gallons of spa water. So you cut that in half, 75 gallons. And so you only need like half an ounce of this stuff. And then finally, food grade hydrogen peroxide. You can find this on Amazon, a lot of different places, and it's really actually inexpensive. I think this bottle right here, right about $6.99. If you go back here, Sirona offers, okay, so on their steps it's to control the water line, so that'd be this first product, and then to oxidize, which would be the hydrogen peroxide. If you look on the label of the Sirona, it actually says 6% hydrogen peroxide. And that costs anywhere from, it's about $20. And again, this big bottle right here will run you just about $7, $8. Okay, maybe a little bit more than that. Adding a little bit of hydrogen peroxide, after I first fill up the ice barrel, I added about half a cup of the hydrogen peroxide. Then every time I use it, I add just about a capful of that stuff. And then finally, if you're not doing this, then you're just guessing, but you do need some test strips. They have a lot of different pool test strips. You'll want this one if you're going to use this product right here, the sanitizer, because this one tests specifically for the sanitizer. It does test for the, of course, calcium hardness, alkalinity, the pH, which those are really important things if you're getting a lot of foaming green sludge in there. It might be because you have, it's too alkaline or there's too much calcium. So those might be some other products you'll want to look into. Maybe. I'm not having any of those problems so far, but the one thing that I do want to know about is the amount of sanitizer in there. So So I went ahead, bit the bullet, bought these strips. I think I found it for about $15 online. You only need to use it once a week, but at least you can check your levels right here and see where you're at, see how much sanitizer you need to add, because you do want to be careful. Anytime you're adding any sort of chemicals to the water and you're in there plunging, you don't want to irritate the skin, have any sorts of other issues. So we definitely invest in that. To keep it short, those are the 3 products that I use that have kept this water very, very clean. It's kept out all the oils, and best of all, I just don't have that scum line along the side. The water's not cloudy, green, anything like that. I've seen a lot of people mention that online, that or it's foaming, which is pretty gross. But it can happen, especially if you're not sanitizing properly. Again, you can get the basic sediment filters, things like that. You know, filters like this are definitely going to help. However, if you want to keep the water clean, this is what you're going to have to actually invest in. So it's a little investment in the beginning, but these products, they last a very long time. The only other thing that I would suggest would be to actually get a syringe. Sorry for all the movement, but just get a syringe just like this, so you can actually measure how much you're putting in there. You want to be careful with this stuff. It's very caustic to you, if you actually get on your skin. Just be careful with that. But this will be something that you can pick up very cheaply. Now, one final note, I do have this hooked up to a pump, so there is water that is constantly flowing. You can see the water moving right there. Water's constantly flowing, but it's not a whole lot. And this final trick will help circulate the water a little bit better and keep it clean a little bit longer. I have found that if you take one of these aquarium pumps right here, and if you put that in the water, put it on the bottom, this is a really inexpensive way to keep the water circulating so that it's not stagnant, but it actually will force all of the sediment that's towards the bottom, and it'll actually force it through the larger filter to go through the system. Again, not necessary, but if you pick up one of these, they're really inexpensive. Just throw this pump right in the bottom, let it circulate for a couple hours. It really helps to clean the water overall. I hope you guys found this video helpful. The Ice Barrel 300, it's been fantastic. It's really well insulated, so I can't recommend this enough. You can go ahead and check out my review video for that. However, try these tips. Let me know, comment below if they're helpful to you, like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.